Some of the best clothing brand graphics aren't random. They're built by stealing the structure of logos that you already know. Fake logos. Now, there's a reason why this t-shirt is sold out, also sold out, completely sold out, and specifically this t-shirt is sold out. One, you can kind of relate these to different brands, and that's completely on purpose. When people relate to something, they often have an emotional connection to it, which is easier to sell them on something that way rather than bringing them a whole new idea completely. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to remake these logos for your clothing brand from easiest to hardest, starting with this one, Rockstar Games. Now for this one, it's fairly simple. We have a letter, we have a star symbol, and then we have this shape, which is completely optional depending on exactly how you want to use this for your clothing brand. First thing I'm going to do is just add a text box / headline with Kittl, and I'm just going to put IP, which is acronyms in Nunca Power. And from here we can start looking at some typefaces. Because I'm prepared, I went ahead and liked a bunch of different types that kind of play on these logos. So we're going to start off with this font here. With this one, I'm just going to keep it like this, IP, completely stock. And then I'm just going to go ahead and go into the elements with Kittl. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a star here. Alternatively, you could go down here and grab the star from here as well in the tools, but this works perfectly fine. I'm going to drop it down a slight bit. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and remove the fill, add a border, and just add some width to the actual border itself. Now from here, we can go ahead and hold shift on our keyboard. And now if you hold shift on your keyboard, you can actually warp the perspective of your actual shapes on Kittl. So hold shift, find the bounding box, and then move it around to change the perspective. So it's going to be the top one up here. We're just going to slant it a slight bit. Now for the IMP, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go ahead and press outline text. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing we just did. Once we've outlined the text, I'm going to go ahead and use the shape builder to make it one complete shape. And then from here, we can go ahead and do the exact same thing. So just slightly, tilt it a bit. Now, I wonder if I just push this across and use some of our design knowledge. Oh, that's cold. That's cold. I don't know what I just did, but I like that. I'm not 100% sold on it though, because it doesn't look like a complete shape. It's pretty sick. Now, the last thing we have to do for this easy logo is just go ahead and add in another shape. So if we go into the elements and grab this shape right here, which is a square, I was gonna say rectangle. We can go ahead and bring in the radius of the corners. Let's go ahead and remove the fill, add a border. Nothing too crazy. Drop down the size. That's design one done. And I think we got 85% of the way there. Obviously, we didn't use the same font. I don't know. I just didn't like this font. Now for this one, I think I would put this on like a two-piece set, something like this, where it looks like very formal and put together. You know, very clean. I really like that. Now this one is probably easier than the one we just did, but it kind of depends on how similar you want this to be. Some people often completely take shapes from the original logo. Others take inspiration, build a logo around the look. I think for this one, we'll do both options. So the first one, we're just going to completely steal this. Where you're going to do it is you're going to grab your image, and if it's clean enough like this, it's good enough to vectorize within Kittl. From here, it's just going to vectorize it as a black shape, and then we can go ahead and remove the Honda logo itself. Now all we have to do here is add in the brand name. The font I'm using is Bevian. Let's go ahead and just align it. Done. So that works as well. Or we could go ahead and just take inspiration. So we keep the same font in Nunca here, and then in the Kittl's elements panel, they have a range of different shapes, wings, modern or something like that. You'll find shapes around this. Stuff like this, you know, stuff like this and stuff like this. Like all these work as well. And if you're a brand like Inaka, you don't want to get sued generally, so you would probably go down this route. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this one as a base and just do some like abstract shape, something like this. Perfect. Let's make this one shape. And then I just added a slight curvature to it just to make it look more professional. Like same reference, same vibe, but again, it's our own unique shape. And this is the direction I would point most brands to go to. Again, this is not complete. This is just a little play around. A design like this, I think I would put it on a t-shirt or a hoodie because it looks very, you know, very clean, very boxy. So I would think I would go hoodie. Now this one is a little bit on the trickier side because we're going to be using a lot of cool elements within Kittl to recreate this. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it just so we have it as a reference while we're actually designing. First thing I'm gonna do is press P on my keyboard and introduce the pen tool within Kittl. And then from here, I'm gonna go ahead and copy the actual P. Perfect. From here, we can go ahead and add an anchor point to this little section here, and then we're gonna drag it out, double click it, and it's gonna make the anchor point into a curve. Perfect. Now from here, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the border, add a fill, and then I'm just gonna change it to like a random color. Let's make it gray. And then from here, go ahead and make a duplicate in case all goes wrong. So we're gonna go ahead and do some magic to make it, lay flat. First thing I'm gonna do is just drag it down. Next, I'm gonna hold Shift and adjust the perspective. I'm gonna change the perspective of this corner here, just so we can get it flat. Perfect. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing that we just did. So we're gonna trace the P, but this time we just want an I. Just change the color to a random color. I'm gonna make this a little bit skinnier, so I'm gonna just drag it in a bit. And I'm just gonna hold Shift to adjust the anchor point of this, so it just matches. So now that we have the fundamental base, we're gonna go ahead and start coloring this logo so it looks more like the PlayStation. I'm gonna start with the hardest part, which is gonna be the P. Now we're gonna go to the color, and then we're gonna go ahead and select the linear. So in this section, we're just gonna use the eyedropper tool to select the different colors while adding in new points. Now, the closer you bring this point, the more harsh the line is gonna be. And we're basically trying to emulate that PlayStation look. Perfect. Do the exact same thing here, and essentially we're done. Now with the red here, we can just, for the eye, we can just go ahead and copy it over. Now we're like 90% of the way there. We just need to make some final touches and adjustments. Now, if you wanted to get started designing seriously, or you just want to dabble within your creativity, Kittl is an amazing platform for all designers with thousands of templates to help you creatively, or just a blank canvas and amazing tools so you can build something from scratch. Kittl is an amazing platform for all. And if you click the link in the description right now, it helps the channel out and it'll let them know that you guys want to see more Kittl videos, and clearly you guys do. Now this is looking quite empty at the moment, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it and I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it. I'm going to right click and send it to the back. Just align it. And that looks a little bit more complete. Now all we need to do is add some text. So again, brand name, and for the font this time, we're going to use Skate. What's it called? Skate Later? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Skate Later. Can't read the full name. I'm gonna bring up the size just a bit. Just for a final touch, I'm gonna go into the text shadows, and I'm gonna go to the third one as always. Gonna add a bit of outline width, remove all this other stuff that's not needed. Let's go something like that, just so it's a little bit more thicker. Perfect. Now that one was pretty easy. I mean, you could spend some more time. Now, one thing I would recommend is that you bring the width of this P all the way across. So just, spending some time and actually cleaning it up and, moving it around and stuff like that. But now regarding a design like this, I'm going for a vintage wash graphic t-shirt with a bit of cracking and distressing. Now this one's a bit annoying to make. I know it looks a lot easier than the rest of the ones we just did, but this is pretty annoying. First what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate it and bring it down here. And then we're gonna go ahead and use image trace to get the general shape of the Maybach logo. Just vectorizing it as one color. And then we're gonna go ahead and go in and remove the actual symbol for Maybach. That's pretty cool. When you have like a happy accident, this would be cool. Next, we're gonna need an I and a P. Actually, this font might actually work perfectly fine. The thing we just need a nice clean font, and this is gonna be more than acceptable actually. Let's grab the general size. I think around here is a good size. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and outline both of the letters. Now, if you double click, it'll bring up the points, and you can go ahead and select the points that you want to stretch out. Hold Shift as you're stretching these out. Perfect. Let's go. Perfect. And for the eye, it's very easy. We're just gonna stretch down both points. I'm gonna eyeball align it so it matches. From this point here, we're gonna go ahead and grab the actual original shape, and we're gonna duplicate it and just drag it up a slight bit just so it offsets the original one. Essentially what we're doing here is we're creating this little offset in this section here. Let's go ahead and grab the P and I, select them both, and make a duplicate. Just in case you mess up, you could always go back. Grab the P and I again, make it one shape. Grab the triangle we duplicated, bring to front. And then from here, once we've selected all two of those, you're gonna go ahead and go to Shape Builder and use Subtract to remove any excess points. And then from here, double click on the P and the I to get rid of any lingering shapes. And now we have the Maybach logo. Font wise, I think the Maybach logo is just a very simple sans font. I'm gonna use this font here, Alata, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add a bunch of spacing. I think I'm gonna put this up to like 140, low key. Perfect. Now that one was very, very clean. Again, the difficult part about this is just getting that technical little section here of the offset done, but other than that, I think that's pretty straightforward. Design like this, I'm going for like a white tee or like a white singlet, and it's just like very clean and minimal. If you got into this point, I'm very proud of you. Let's go ahead and finish it off with this one here. Now this one, you're gonna basically freehand draw your own letters based around what this looks like. So press P on your keyboard to bring up the pencil and just start going to work. This is like the third time doing it because I'm not happy with it. I think I might add the little, perfect. Let's remove the border. We're gonna go ahead and duplicate this. Remove this top section here because we don't need it for this one. I'm gonna add that section of the P. Perfect. I'm gonna drag it down here. And then I'm just gonna add in a third one just to keep on the brand's symbol. They're all like kind of connected in a way also, like I've realized that. So having that emblem connect is important. Time to colorize this. So first thing we do is we add the border back in, and then we're going to go ahead and add the linear grade again, starting off with yellow, add another point, green, and then for the final point it's like a darker green, and then for I think it's like 180, actually it's in reverse. That's fine, we'll just move it around manually. Let's go ahead and grab these two shapes here for the P and make them one, just so it sits a little bit better. Let's add a bit of border weight. I'm gonna grab this. For the font this time, I think I saved the font also. You know, I'm prepared. I came prepared because the worst thing about design is finding fonts. I like this one. It's called Dark Power or Dark Angels, I believe. And that's the third logo done. Now for this design, again, I'm going long sleeve this time, vintage tee. Now essentially this is all the logos done. And this is a very good way to, one, learn new design skills, two, test your ability on using new programs, and three, just seeing how your brand name is utilized in different formats. You know, we have something that's extremely playful, formal, something that's in between, again, something that's in between, and then something that's playful again. And I always say the best way to learn design is to reverse engineer graphics that you enjoy and then learn how to utilize them for your, purpose. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'll see you when I see you. I love you as always. Peace.